folks. Okay, so I'm going to do a video where I lovingly show off my vinyl collection. So, first thing I want to get into, like I said, is just kind of want to preface that this is a part of the channel. There's just going to be different things that I'm going to be talking about, as I've mentioned numerous times, just so that you guys realize that this is not just me ripping and ranting on bands or artists or whatever have you. I'm going to show my vinyl collection. I would show my CD collection, but that is rather huge. And I'd have to break it down into subsections, just because, like I said, there's a lot. And I have some in my vehicle that I don't even, I've yet to actually show on my old channel, but that's here nor there. So first what I'm going to do, I believe this is a 7-inch. This is Hard Chargers, Chrome Lord. This is just a simple 6-track EP. This was out in 2013. Side A, Side B, your typical thing. It's a killer record, and I have actually never played this on my turntable. I have a turntable, and I've had it for quite a few years, and I don't have speakers because I'm an idiot. But, other things more important, as it were. So we're going to get to some of this here. We're going to get to all of this right now. I'm going to kind of start with the biggest box that I currently have, because it sits on the bottom because it's a literal actual full-size box. So I got this from my brother-in-law a few years ago for Father's Day. This is the Iron Maiden Complete Albums Collection from 1980 to 88. Although I only have 3 of them, and it actually, when he bought this, when he picked this gift up, it only contained the first 3 records, so it had the self-title, or the Iron Maiden, the very first one, Killers from 81, and then from 82, Number of the Beast. So those are the records that I currently have in that box. Those are the only ones. I do have to obviously start going and picking up others, and to go from there. So this could take a little bit, but I'm going to try and not keep it obviously as long. I'm not going to try and long-wind this so that you guys aren't going nuts. This one I received this year at Christmas time. This is the Iron Maiden. This is the Empire of the Cloud single. You can see how pretty friggin' rad this is. I'm going to show this on this side because this will get the best light. They only put 6,000 of this out, and this is number 2,582 of this. Now, of course, as you can tell up here, there's a little bit of a rip. That's okay. I'm not necessarily upset about it. To me, it's not a collector's edition or a point where I have to have it, I love my Maiden, don't get me wrong, but I'm not that, retentive about it. But I'm going to keep it on the top because it's just easier that we don't wreck it, obviously. Also, another gift, Christmas time. Anthrax's State of Euphoria. Now, of course, this one here I can show on this side because it is pretty nice and bright, and it's not going to be hidden. Amazing record. Some of my favorite tracks are on here. And, such as Be All End All, which I absolutely love. Antisocial, which is killer. Who Cares Who Wins, or Who Cares Wins. Now It's Dark, 13. Some of the best tracks. And as far as I'm concerned, one of the better years of Anthrax, as far as I'm concerned. Now, another Christmas gift, which actually happened to be a double, which I'm okay with. So AC/DC, Let There Be Rock. Now this here, I bought this a very, very, very long time ago. This piece of vinyl has been with me for a long friggin' time. And of course, like I say, this here is just the, in the sleeve, the whole thing. And absolutely love it. One of my favorite records by the band. Let's save that one for a little later. So that way you guys don't see it. Picked this up on Record Store Day, 2019. This is High on Fire, Bat Salad. So this is Bat Salad was written by High on Fire themselves. And there's also a cover of Into the Crypts of Rays that was done by Tom G. Warrior and Celtic Frost. It's a beauty of a record. I love the actual vinyl itself. It's got this kind of this splatter thing going on. It's just super cool. Super, super cool. I love it. Let's see here. Let's get that back into the paper here. Let's get that back in the sleeve. I kind of get like all freaked out and like kind of crazy about my vinyl. I mean, I know obviously that it's expensive, but at the end of the day, I don't want to have my vinyl go to shit because, you know, because of carelessness, right? Perfect. That's that. One of my other prized possessions, and one of my just a record I was so stoked to get, and that was Exodus, Blood In, Blood Out. This is the return of one Steve Zetro Souza. Super, super awesome to have this. And of course, I'm dumping stuff everywhere. I think my phone was one. Yeah, that was my phone, but that's okay. Super cool. I love this pullout. Super awesome picture of the boys. Just a fan-friggin-tastic record. I absolutely love every ounce of this. Obviously, the title track being one of my favorites. Body Harvest was good. Wrapped in the Arms of Rage. My Last Nerve. Just so damn good. Just so good. And of course, Salt in the Wound was different. I had to get into that because, it's not one of my favorite tracks that they've done. But it does have Kirk Hammond in it. Alright. Lean over, grab, make sure my phone isn't broken. I don't think it is. Now we're good. Okay, now on to the next record. I think probably the one record that changed metal as a whole. Painkiller. Just a friggin' beauty. Painkiller, the title track, Between the Hammer and the Anvil, A Touch of Evil, Hell Patrol, Metal Meltdown, Nightcrawler. This is not even. You don't even need to talk. You don't even need to talk about this. Like if you listen to metal and you've listened to Judas Priest in any way, shape, or form, you know. You don't need to discuss it. It's not a record you need to go, I need to talk about this for about half an hour. No, you know about it. Another record I truly, truly love. This is Sodom's In War and Pieces. Now, I absolutely cherish this deeply. It's actually got a nice little blood red color on the actual vinyl itself. Amazing record. In War and Pieces, Hellfire Through Toxic Veins, Soul Contraband, Nothing Counts More Than Blood, just beauty tracks, man. So fucking good. So thrashing, so heavy. There are records that I love, and that's one of them. This here was another one that I absolutely must have. Of course, I still have the sticker on it, but that's fine. Who cares? You guys don't really need to know. Handle with Care. I saw this on... now, of course, I am subscribed to the Second Spin page in St. John. And actually, it was Chris. He was actually up in Fredericton, and he had this. And I said, is that going to St. John anytime soon? He's like, yeah, why? I said, well, I want it. I said, what do you want for it? He's like, and he said $29.95. So, see, as you can see, $29.95. So I instantly picked that up, and of course that's Canadian. That's Canadian too. There's only one thrift find in here. No, two. Actually, no. There's only one record that's like a real thrifty find and sort of like a less expensive. I'll get to that here shortly. But yeah, no. Nuclear Assault, Critical Mass, New Song, Inherited Hell, Surgery, Funky Noise. Just I mean, you guys already know all this. I don't need to get too deep into these records in terms of, you know, what kind of badassness is on these records, right? It's just it's not required discussions. Um, Probably one of my, I should say, rarest finds, because I've never actually seen this in any other record shop that I've ever gone to. I've never seen this in the States. I've never seen this. I mean, I'm sure you can get it in the States, but I mean, I've only really been, the farthest I've been down the States is to like Portland and Kittery and all that stuff. Um, yeah, and that's Creator, Out of the Dark and out of the dark into the light. So yeah, this is a really killer record. I absolutely love this. Super vintage thrash. Super vintage thrash. This is like, what year was this? 1988. The same year that Ain't Justice for All came out. So I would actually say this is a thrashier record than Justice. Dare I? Dare I? Dare I? Tee. But yeah, no, this is just a fucking killer record. I absolutely love every ounce of this. It's beautiful. Another Christmas gift. One that, again, never expected I would actually get this. Motorhead. Iron Fist. Yet again, like, all of these records here, you don't really necessarily need to talk about them. It's just, they're all killer in every way, shape, or form. They may not be the favorite of someone's, but everybody in some way, shape, or form are really going to like this. And Iron Fist is probably the one track that off of this that I really enjoy the most. Shut It Down's good. Speed Freak is good. Don't Let 'Em Grind You Down. That was another good one. Go to Hell. Yada yada. Iron Fist. Great Motorhead record. Next one. Now this here is probably one, like, out of all of these here, I only have a couple that are my favorites, and basically this one here I'm about to show, and there's four, so there's five including this, and out of these five, three of them are my absolute favorites that I own, bar none. Creator, Enemy of God. Holy shit. Like, Impossible Brutality, Enemy of God, Dystopia, Voices of the Dead, When Death Takes Its Dominion. Yum, 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 yum. And this was also, yet again, another Christmas gift that just blew my freaking... And actually, the funny thing is that my Motorhead Iron Fist, this, and not the next one, but the one after, was another Christmas gift. Just these rare things that show up in Christmas form, and I absolutely love it. There's just, this here was just fucking brutal, man. So goddamn good. This was one that so this here would be my thrift find. I found it at the same store at Second Spin. A lot of these records I've actually gotten at Second Spin, or the gifts have been from Second Spin. And what I can say about this record is that this is just a super, super, super classic record. And this one actually contains one of my all-time favorite tracks on this, and this vinyl is $1 Billion Babies. Alice Cooper, as you can see, dirt cheap, $6.95. All these prices are in Canadian too, guys. Keep in mind, for some of you guys, some of my buddies, Danny and Andy, and all you guys that are Andrew Davidson, I guess. I don't know if he's on the music community or not, but he subs to my channel. This is, Hello Hooray is probably my favorite Alice Cooper song of all time. It's just, vocally, it's one of my all-time favorites. I absolutely love it. Just a classic record. Probably one of the, I think it's like one of the more popular ones, like up at the top 5, I would presume. Now, getting into last couple here. This one, Haunting the Chapel. This is, of course, this has got Captor of Sin, Chemical Warfare, Haunting the Chapel, and Aggressive Perfector. You guys all know Slayer. You guys all know Haunting the Chapel. Dawn, Over the Under. The other Christmas, one of my other Christmas gifts. 3 Sons, 1 Star, NOD, On March the Saints. The thrill of it all, just a gorgeous record. One of my true favorites by Down. And last but not least, the best one. The friggin' best one that I own. The one I absolutely had to have. There's only two that there's only one other one besides this that I have to have, and that's Pantera's Far Beyond Driven with the drill going into the ass. And there's this. You could say this is my favorite Slayer record. This is basically Slayer done. This would basically be what you would get if you took Slayer and Merciful Fate and put it together. Of course, all the reverb and stuff on it. Some of the best tracks that I think they've personally done, in my whole humble opinion, is definitely this. It is definitely this. Hell Awaits, Kill Again, At the Dawn They Sleep, Praise the Death, Necrophiliac, which is probably one of my favorite all-time Slayer intros. Crypts of Eternity, and of course Hardening of the Arteries. When I had the chance to pick this up at a record store day in Moncton, I got very, very excited about it. And it was literally like one of the only ones that I bought. And of course you get the lyrics on the back of the jacket. Some other stuff here as well. And probably the brightest of all my vinyl that I actually own. And that's on just a standardized, kind of like goldy, orangey, or yellowish orange, kind of goldy looking thing. But yeah, guys, so that's that for vinyl. And I think at some point what I might do is... I'm breaking everything now. You're going to get everything raw when it comes to my channel. There's no edits here. It's just straight up anything and everything all wrapped into one. So yeah, that would be my all-time favorite that I own out of all these. And so yeah, I'll basically over the next little bit when it comes to showing off the collections, I think probably what I'm going to do, I'll show new updates or new purchases that I have. And probably what I'll do is I'll eventually go through and kind of pick out my all-time favorite records that I own. So yeah, keep it heavy, keep it thrashy, keep it metal as a whole. Because that's what we're here for. And of course rock and roll too, but I mean, you know, not everybody listens to the rock and roll, not everybody listens to the metal, everybody listens to something different. I say keep it heavy. See ya.